Hey, this is Marcus Washington from MTC Media. It's Monday night, so we will be going over lines and props right now. Right now, I do not like the line at all. It's Seattle -1 over Washington, with the over under being 47. Really don't have a feel on either one. Uh, Seattle hasn't been what we thought they would be, and somewhat Washington, at least from a defensive perspective, has not been what a lot of people thought they would be either. So this means that, what I want to look at is the player props. And with the player props, we'll start out with Russell Wilson with the over under on 251 and a half passing. Um, and Tyler Heineke over under 246 and a half passing. I like the under with the Heineke 246 and a half passing. I do think Washington will try to run the ball tonight. Kind of to hedge it, Terry McLaurin, 67 and a half on receiving yards. I do like the over in that. And JD McKissick's over under is 27 and a half. And I actually like the over in that. So I like the under in the Heineke passing. And I know it's almost like I'm hedging my bet there with the under in the Heineke 246 and a half. But I do like McLaurin over the 67 and a half, and JD McKissick over the 27 and a half. So rushing yards. This is where it does kind of get interesting. Russell Wilson, 14 and a half. We know he will make some plays and scramble out, but he also likes to pass those things at the end. So I would stay away from it, but we're going to go back to JD McKissick again. Rushing and receiving over 48 and a half. I love the over in the 48 and a half with that one, with the rushing and receiving. In fact, I like that probably better than his receiving totals, because the way that Washington uses him, that 48 and a half looks pretty good. We haven't talked that much about Seattle on the other end. This I think you either go with Lockett or Metcalf, not both. Lockett is over under 66 and a half yards receiving. DK Metcalf is over under 67 and a half. I would probably feel a little bit more comfortable on the Lockett end than the Metcalf end. That's 66 and a half receiving. And as far as with the rushing, with I'm trying to scroll down to it now, the rushing yards, it doesn't have anything. MGM doesn't have anything for they don't have anything for Seattle. Yep, the only Seattle one they have is the Russell Wilson, and we've talked about that and staying away from that. Tyler Heineke, he likes to get out the pocket too. He's 18 and a half. I wouldn't touch it, but if you do like it, I would say go with it. So those are kind of the props I'm looking at. The Heineke under 246 and a half again. I'll probably end up laying off of that just because I do like Terry McLaurin over 67 and a half receiving, and I do like JD McKissick over 27 and a half receiving. Again, like I said, with Lockett, 66 and a half, or Metcalf 67 and a half, I would recommend only taking one or the two, and it could be one of those things where you take one of them over and one of them under. And the one that I do love the most is JD McKissick, rushing plus receiving yards, 48 and a half. And I like the over in that one. So those are my look tonight at the player props here for the Washington football team, Seattle Seahawks game tonight. Again, this is Marcus Washington from MTC Media. As you can see, you can find my Twitter at IG at MTC with Mook. Okay, have a good day.